Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. 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 So you have to fight the jet immediately. Valorant's a dynamic game. I've never seen this setup in my life, but the difference between you and me is I can tell we don't need to flash. I've never been in this scenario in my life. This isn't like an experience gap, but do you see how they can't come out? Because your Killjoy is going to pop mollies. So you're wasting time. Why are we flashing? You're throwing a smoke already. That's good. They come out, you smoke, you fight jet. There's no need to flash because we already have the stall. You see, this flash doesn't do anything. The jet's already past it. That's normal though. Normally you flash so these guys can't follow out and trade the jet. But we've got that handled. Blinded. Now our Killjoy kind of sucks ass. She didn't pop him like on time, but it didn't matter. We got the fight on the jet. We were so slow. And you heard her updraft. This is so key. So there's a few different ways jet can route out. You need to become like perfect at holding your bomb sites because Omen's almost always playing A on this map. So you need to be very used to, you heard this before her dash. She will be top gen. Like not 100%, but at the end of the day, when you hear that updraft, I would need you looking up here, especially because you have a gen player, which we should have noted in the pre-round. Omen Ascent. Immortal 1. That's my goat. Woof. It's been 8 months. This has to be the easiest gift card of all time, right, Moon? Or at least 3 aggressive lurk rounds. I know you do this in the in-houses, so just do it in solo queue. Easy. Defense, contest map control more aggressively on average. Be willing to do this alone. Push flank more often. Bet. Early smokes. Try and post up teammates. Great angles. Take space with teammates. No wonder you're a fucking demon in the in-houses.
Cover going out. Here.
Flashing now.
Stealing sight.
Smoking the cross.
Cover going out.
Okay. So you smoked the cross, but like, let's think about it for a sec. We're sort of like alone. They've got like the 4 musketeers. Without even looking at what agents they are, it's pretty safe to assume they can get across with some means of their own because there's 4 of them. Okay. So like a mental shortcut, you don't need to give them more resources at this point. You already gave them 1 smoke. You're alone A main. I would almost certainly hold this smoke and look to use it one of these places because they're going to get through tree. We're going to get A site. You feel me?
I'm tethered.
Okay, too fast. Too fast. I don't believe you.
I'm tethered.
That if they were right here, that you would have shot. I'm pretty sure you would not have shot at this guy. And you would have had to flick back to them.
Smoked off him in.
Yeah, and so now just be careful because I think you're going to peek out a bit too early. There's going to be a guy heaven a lot of the time. They're going to have a line on you. And you want to peek out to trade the heaven guy once they take a line on your guys. You got lucky? Nope, there they are. And so don't act like you didn't know this dude would be here. I know you. You're a fucking smart ass Valorant player. You need to trust your instinct a bit more. We have to be careful here. Because everything about this hit's good, but I'm a smokes main as well, right? And so I've been here. The difference between us is experience gap right now, right? Because I've been in this exact scenario that you've been in. 3 teammates coming out here. And I've died to this heaven guy. But I remember dying to this heaven guy. In my VOD, when I died to this heaven guy, it was a Sova. So, oops. And this is, I believe it's 2022. I'm duo queue with JG. A Sova peeked me. I'm doing VOD review. And I think to myself, how do I not let that ever happen again? Because it's like a free death. I just gave him a free kill. I'm like, did I get unlucky? Or is there something I could have done? And I looked through some VODs and what every smokes player does in this scenario is they just wait. You just wait. Okay. And so this is like experience gap, but I want you to specifically understand that if I grabbed my composition notebook from my bookshelf right now, I can show you this play written down in it. And I want you to see that like learning approach because there's a million scenarios like this and we're not going to cover all of them right now in VOD review. So I want you to remember when you die and your crosshair is like a million years away and it felt like you had to take a 50-50 during a site hit or a site hold, I want you to clip it. Okay. Like assuming you're trying to hit Radiant, which I'm guessing you are because you're immortal right now. And like, why else would you bring a VOD? So whenever this happens, this is like your mental trigger. Crosshair, not ready for them. And you have to like take a fight. You have to clip it and you have to come up with a plan for the next time this happens. If you've been following my raise climb, you've seen me do this recently. The most common, this is the example I bring up because I did this one on stream, is the round I baited Calypso, right? You know what I'm talking about? I baited him, he got toxic at me, and he got toxic for the wrong reason, but it didn't matter because I realized I had definitely done something wrong. I watched the VOD back and I came up with a new plan for how I would play this scenario. You know what I'm talking about? I do this off stream a lot on my raise climb, and I come up with these plays. I've shared one recently on Haven where I like to try and dodge the Omen flash and satchel peek logs to fight default. I've got a lot of these plays that I'm building up on Raze, which is how I'm getting to the top level with her. But essentially the way that these Radiant players are able to make accurate decisions so quickly is they've been there before, right? I knew this guy was going to peek heaven. I told you that before you peeked out of the smoke. I'm like, oh, we can't peek. There'll be one heaven. And the difference between us is I'm prepared for that scenario and you're not. And so I'd make a decision like instantly. I would sit right here and I'd just wait. I'd probably ping heaven to get my crosshair height at the right height. And then once contact is made heaven, I just swing out. You think about those plays in the moment? No. It's more like I recognize the death. It felt like I just got shit on. I threw. I'll clip it and I'll think, how can I not throw? And then over time, it fixes itself. Because like maybe the next Ascent game, I'll still die, but I'll realize, I'll be like, ah, you idiot, wait in that smoke. And then another like 5 Ascent attack rounds where this happens, I'll wait in the smoke. You know what I'm saying? It's like a slow iterative process. Getting from like Iron to Immortal is a fast process because you don't need to play, I say fast, but you know what I mean. You don't need to play accurately. There's a lot of mistakes you can make and still get to Immortal. Case in point, here we are making a mistake and getting to Immortal. But Immortal to Radiant is like taking blood from stone. It takes like just as long as well. You have to become very perfectionist. This death is unacceptable. Wow, they're really terrible at the game. Go to the spot. Where are you going? Where are we going to play? And why isn't it the spot?
Shadow is traveling.
Reloaded.
Chambers at 40.
Yeah, Chambers in the... Iso, can you walk in the tree with me?
The doors?
I would be right here and I would have one-wayed tree. Use one-way tree, you play right there. You boot up Valorant. I can't stress enough, by the way, that I'm nitpicking. This round is great. And I don't want you to think that the round is not great. After this kill here, while the door is still closed, you come over here and you one-way tree like this.
Cover going out.
And now you don't even have to look this way. You'll be over here, ready to peek heaven off contact. And you can always see feet and shoot them. And so you just bought yourself 13 seconds or whatever. However freaking long Omen smokes last. I always get it wrong. It's some random number. I feel the timing. You get all this time. So yeah, you throw that smoke, buys you a million hours. Okay. And now the smoke fades. And yeah, we got a look tree, but this is still fine. We bought like hella time. And if we're being really precise,
Cover going out.
it is probably correct if we still have our classic here that after like 10 seconds, we peek out heaven and we cross somewhere like back gen or something, maybe hell, somewhere where we're not just going to take that long range engagement from tree, because this engagement here is not the best for our classic pistol, right? But we definitely want to go to this box for now and throw that one way. It buy us way more time.
I swing off the drop.
Last player standing.
Rest.
Yeah, so let's actually talk about this.
One enemy.
Okay, so freeze. So you want to go to trade Jet, right? But I want to show you how long the bomb's been planted.
Reloading.
That's close, right?
Shadow.
116.
One enemy remaining.
So at this point, the bomb's halfway down. Okay, there's roughly 22 seconds left on the bomb, which means they have 15 seconds to defuse. They have to stick the bomb in the next 15 seconds. You have a smoke in 10. It's probably more correct here to just let Jet fight. Just tell Jet you're baiting her. Like, yo, Jet, just buy as much time as possible and just like wait in tree, one way the bomb, and you probably can't lose. Good round though. Okay. I hope you sell your bulldog and you play ghost. You piece.
Cover going.
Do you agree or disagree with that? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Do you not like it, or makes sense? Not a fan of it personally. Okay, can you break down to me why you're not a fan of it personally? So basically, I'll buy the ghost and then I will lurk. So I'll ask Jet to go mid with this ISO and I will just control A main very passively. Why'd you go ghost here? Because we already have 4 guns. This is a high-elo thing. I would never point this out in like a plat VOD because I actually think it's better to buy in plat. But what teams do in like Radiant is they'll have one player keep like a ghost or a sheriff and the other 4 buy up. because the odds are you're going to suffer at least one casualty. And so what happens is the player with the pistol can just pick up their gun. And then on your bonus round, you can actually buy a 5th gun back as if nobody died. Like you've got this ghost, the round starts, jump over here. Look for this fight. You don't get a pick, bet, hold. You've got a main control. Your team starts making presence elsewhere. TP, make TP presence, threaten that you TP'd across. Come join your team or something, or even continue lurking up because you have a ghost. There's a lot you can do with the ghost and get tons of value, and usually you can get a kill if you're tricky enough. And generally the smokes player is the one who takes the ghost, because the smokes player can play away from the team and still help them.
Cover going out.
Definitely gonna be better.
Shadows traveling.
Okay, you're out a bit early. Oh yeah, fuck. Shit, my huge oracle moment. Okay, so this is the same as the pattern where you smoke A, and you play tiles, you come out. What'll happen is this player who rotates cat or this player who plays bot mid, they're gonna clear this before they go to help the team, just out of habit. And so you have to play really slow, like slower than you feel comfortable with. And this is a moment, by the way, where you'd want to clip. You see, this type of thing, anytime this happens, is where you want to like evaluate, like, did I fuck up or like, did I get unlucky? Like, did I take this risk and should I have taken this risk? You know, anytime this happens is when I want you clipping. And conveniently, this is exactly what we were talking about that round. This is so fucking cringe. I think he's hell. I love it.
Two heaven, 3 heaven.
It's like 3 heaven right now.
1 tree, 3 heaven.
Okay, so whenever you're on these giga flanks, you have to develop the habit of screaming at your teammates. You need to specifically urge them to do everything within their capability to slow it down and stay alive. To be like, I've got the giga flank. All you guys need to do is stay alive or stall, play slow. I'm coming. This is too slow, unfortunately for you.
Warrior is dead.
Spike
Live if you can.
down A. Last
Yeah.
player standing.
Do you recall when I don't like this round from you, and I'm gonna try to explain. I think in certain Ascent VOD reviews, I'll explain that this guy rotating B shouldn't bother to clear mid market or whatever, because it's like slow and unlikely threat from the enemy. Like when they're walking this way, every now and then we'll see them like do this, and I'll be like, don't do that. They're not there. Just go away. The reason why I say don't do that, they're not there, is because this type of mid lurk or even B main lurk on an A hit is too slow. And you're feeling that right now. In fact, I only like unpredictable shit like this when we have like a disadvantage. We need to do something unpredictable to win the round. And I don't think this is such a round. Nah, this round's totally fair. So in this type of round, if you want to have impacts from this position that you're in, you need to slow them down like now. Because if they push out A and you're over here, you need to haul ass catwalk. There's no lurk option. So if you want to play over here, which is totally fine at this point, you need to slow down the round. Like right here. Now you can say, hey, they're rotating off B. Slow down. I might have B. You feel? What's going to happen is they're going to decide to hit. And now, like, in hindsight, I'm pretty sure you definitely hear this. Yeah. But unfortunate.
The hunt begins.
But like here. Like, they're droning, running out. Look, you have B. You have B. We'll look at the timeline on the first kill here. This is round 5.
Find his body.
Okay, so we have a gimme of this mid player. So I'm going to put them like this, all like in this shape. And so if we were able to call this cancel earlier, it would have been a huge round from you. Okay, so be careful when you're lurking. I like that you're going for the lurk round, but we need to learn when it's appropriate to let our team hit and when it's appropriate to really demand that they don't hit. And this is a round where I would tell them not to hit because this type of lurk is too slow on the A hits. And the only way you learn these things is just experience. I'll try to give you Woohoojin's hecking fast guide to them. On A hits on Ascent, you don't lurk. Like, you don't do this. It's too slow. On B hits on Ascent, you actually can lurk. You can either come late mid, fight market, or you can even come through tree. This is actually fast enough because people will, you see the difference? People will be stuck here on their B holds, which you have line of sight to from this tree flank. Let's compare it to the A hold where they're stuck over here, you see, and you don't see them. So that's why the lurk during the B hit is fast enough. It's acceptable. And that's why I might clear it when I'm playing A and rotating towards B. So these like minor details about lurking is sort of has to be your bread and butter if you're gonna be like a top rated smokes player, because smokes players have to lurk and they have to lurk effectively, and this is one of the many things that smokes players don't understand below like Radiant. It's you can't lurk through B on an A hit. You just can't. Now, of course, I might do this on an eco round to try and catch my opponents off guard, but you just really can't.
Stealing sight. Cover going out.
Does this flash do anything? Let me look at the pre-round. As far as I'm aware, their aggressive players play these areas. We saw Chamber bot mid, Jet bot mid, Reyna B main. A main's like desolate.
Let's fake A, take a B. They rotate out B pretty fast there, the chamber. I think he just rotates through market, jump spots mid for a bit, and then rotates through ramp to
I'm gonna dart over to
Yeah, so I like the idea, A+, but I think we'd be better off faking B, because this dude is pretty likely to walk up and they might get the info that it's fake, versus if we fought that guy by flashing the Reyna. When you fake, you want your util to hit and you want it to panic them. You get what I'm saying? Like if you Omen flash this dude, they're gonna go, oh my god, it's A, help, they're rushing me. But I don't think you're gonna flash anybody. So instead you're gonna have some guy dice who's like patient and like, oh, they Omen flashed A, and they won't have that urgency. So I like the idea of faking B, because this Reyna's you're gonna hit her with the flash. I don't think this flash hits anybody. And so now I think they're calm. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised Reyna still be main. Oh, bet. All right, let's look at the map. Yeah, they're not biting. There's 3.
Right enemy marked.
You're doing it wrong. You need to be able to do this without pressing shift at all. I'm not going to use shift. I did not touch my shift key. You're kind of crutching. The problem with this shift is it decelerates you faster, so your movement's a bit suboptimal. You're basically cheating yourself. Instead of going for a full speed silent step, you're going for a more consistent silent step with the shift key, because the shift key will guarantee that you're silent, but it's an easy enough mechanic that you don't need to rely on shift. Like, as you can see, I did it right here, right? Like, you actually put yourself at a disadvantage against Reyna. You're holding shift right now before you even expose her, which means you're peeking out decelerated. So your head's moving slower than it should be. Also, you were not expecting her at all. You're already holding D. So there's a lot wrong with your short play, because whenever you expose an angle while you're slicing the pie, you need to be convinced that there's an enemy there. You have to be. You gotta go, yep, right here. I will fight them. And when I jiggle like this, I tell myself that if I see them, I'm gonna dead zone a bullet. I tell myself that. I'm like, I'm gonna jiggle. If I see them, I'm gonna dead zone. And I would almost always jiggle in this scenario. I wouldn't deady peek. I'd be jiggling each angle, because what I care about here is info. And because I'm alone, there's no trade. Way more important that I don't die. So I'd be jiggling the angles like this. And when I see, I'd do this and something like this.
You want to play? Let's play.
Don't even think about it. If you jump spot or peek mid right now, you're trash.
Let's overdrum.
close.
Nice.
Headshot.
Damn.
Shadows traveling.
Alright, I'm gonna. Alright, I'm out.
Wait for the ult, wait for the ult.
Close, close. Next to smoke.
Oh fuck! Hey, flank, 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 flank. Fuck! Hey, flank, 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 flank.
You lucky son of a bitch. You win this?
Good.
You're about to give him a free kill, aren't you? I think you're flustered after that. Yup. Like, come on, Moon. Yeah, you whiffed on the Reyna and shit, but how come we're tilt peeking the op? This is the most obvious shit. What? What are we doing? Look, you know he's opping. You know he could be deep mid.
Shadows traveling.
Smoke. You come over here. Hecking fake TP. Like, don't actually TP anywhere. And wait. You just wait. You've won. You know why? Put yourself in this guy's shoes. They have to find it within themselves to walk into this smoke with an op. Then they have to find it within themselves to peek 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 angles with an op at once. Then they have to ignore the threat of you mid and walk out market and retake. Nah, the bomb's already exploded, dude. Like, it's over. They're just gonna save their op. Except it's a fucking chamber op, and so they can't do anything. Like, GG.
Blinding. Cover going out. Shadows traveling.
There's a lemma.
Nah, that's crazy. Why aren't we ulting backside? Don't you always have to cancel this? Like, before we watch, let's talk about it. Because I'm probably coming here to see if anybody's backside. I know that there's like one defender in this like stairs area, but there could be two. We'll get this info for the team. And if nobody's here, we can even consider sticking it, which is really nice. If we go over here, I don't think we can ever stick it. Because even if we see nothing, if somebody's just being hyper aware, they might just be here waiting and they swing out. So you can never stick this.
Spike down.
And so now instead of like getting a line on this guy, getting info on her, where our teammates can actually fight, we got info on this dude. Okay, I could have told you they were rotating off A. And because this jet's getting so pressured, we probably could have stuck it here. And it'd be a way better position right now. At least we know Fade is CT though. Missed the bomb.
I have the spike.
1 CT fade. Reyna maybe flank.
On the left.
He's at 40.
Okay, let's talk about it. Because we're not done. So you're planting for spam, which is one of the best plants on site. There's also this other plant, which should not be undervalued, where you plant it here and you throw it in through the doorway at the last second, like you look this way, and it'll give you, you can basically see if they're diffusing from like right here. So you can play backside. Anyways, I don't like either of those right now. You know why? The homies are fighting. So the plant right here. Because we gotta go. We gotta go.
Reyna maybe flank.
On the left.
Look at our killjoy right now. Reyna might be flank. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's at 40.
Spike planted. Not ready yet. Cover going out.
Last player standing.
Bam. And so now it's 2 duels because we didn't have enough time. Okay, so we play it differently. After this plant, I see this alarm bot. I know they're not out. And I know Reyna's pushing my dude market. So I'm coming here. Does this make sense? And now, like, this Reyna's about to win.
Planted. Not ready yet. Cover going out.
Last.
Okay. So now I'm over here. I'm in the 1v2. You know what I like doing?
Cover going out.
Smoke lane. Maybe even smoke it deeper. Get in it. And wait. And then when it feels right, come out here. Kill one, come back lane. And kill the guy who's going to be sight. Because they will be sight. You're not tricky enough in this clutch for sure. I don't know what we're about to do, but I know we're going to fight stairs. I've seen that much. And like, look. This is my metric. Zoop, zoop. And she's looking right at us.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, like nice clutch, but not really. All right, let's look at defense.
I one way to cut. Enough. I flash beats, flash.
Just doing the jump spot wrong. Like, I'm gonna point it out. You need to bonk your head here. And if you hold shift, it's silent. You see? Make sure you're behind this little thing and bam. Faster. Your head doesn't go as high is the most important bit. It makes you harder to shoot. Yeah. Yeah. No! Okay. Okay. Okay.
Blinding.
Okay. So you have to fight the jet immediately. Valor's a dynamic game. I've never seen this setup in my life, but the difference between you and me is I can tell we don't need to flash. I've never been in this scenario in my life. This isn't like an experience gap, but do you see how they can't come out? Because your killjoy is going to pop mollies. So you're wasting time. Why are we flashing? You're throwing a smoke already. That's good. They come out, you smoke, you fight jet. There's no need to flash because We already have the stall.
That's out.
You see, this flash doesn't do anything. The jet's already past it. That's normal though. Normally you flash so that these guys can't follow out and trade the jet. But we've got that handled.
Blinding.
Now our killjoy kind of sucks ass. She didn't pop him like on time, but it didn't matter. We got the fight on the jet, but we're so slow. And you heard her updraft. This is so key. So there's a few different ways Jet can route out. You need to become like perfect at holding your bomb sites because Omen's almost always playing A on this map. So you need to be very used to, you heard this before her dash. She will be top gen. Like not 100%, but at the end of the day, when you hear that updraft, I would need you looking up here, especially because you have a gen player, which we should have noted in the pre-round. So in the pre-round, here's what I'm thinking about. Like, let's rewind.
Shadows traveling.
So we're like here and I'm still thinking, I'm like looking at minimap. I see this. So how can they come out onto site? Well, Jet can dash. Where can Jet dash? So there's some, I'd say there's like a few options. We've got like common option number 1. She just comes front gen. This is less common, but it is a threat. They come over here and they play slow for their team to flood out. And then it's important to note the enemy Omen can TP like front here. Jets will rarely dash this way, but if an enemy Omen TPs, they'll be right here. Okay. And then of course there's up here. Okay, so we have like these options from her, and the important thing is they're all telegraphed. If she dashes left, very obvious. If she dashes right, very obvious. And if she updraft dashes, very obvious. So the only time you're getting really punished is if you're facing like a giga high radiant like sweat lord Jet who's doing something like this and like really trying to fight you, or like tens will sometimes, he'll updraft and then just dash front gen. And he's not just doing an updraft just to be dumb, right? He's not like throwing it out. He's doing it to throw off the Omen player back dice who's going to look top gen now, even though he's going to peek lower gen this way and hopefully peek the guy who's not looking at him. Okay. But we don't have to worry about that. We're not playing at that elo yet. The enemy Jet's predictable. She's going to do one of these 3 things and they're all uniquely identifiable. So we should have a plan for what we're going to do in each of those scenarios. Okay. The scenario that I'm most concerned about actually is she comes over here. In that scenario, I think it makes the most sense to actually Omen smoke right here and just come inside of it. And Jet's actually pretty likely to peek into the smoke. Jet players just like doing that shit. So that'd be my play there. The other 2 are pretty straightforward. She comes close gen, not our fucking problem. We got this guy. So I would peek out and I would spam main like this. Okay. She comes top gen. Honestly, not our fucking problem. I'd still come over here and do this. I'm looking at our setup. If she comes top gen, she's going to be looking at us, not at this dude who's playing close gen. So I probably plan on coming over here and spamming where you're not exposed to top gen. You see? And we have a smoke. We've got mollies. They can't do anything.
Coming up in mid. They're gonna split it. They're splitting it.
Other guy was on a refrigerator.
Both up here. Both up here. Both up here. Fighting it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. This is a scenario I was talking about we needed to play against on our attack. You just win here. Okay, so if we're being realistic, the best play is you smoke off a main before this bomb gets planted, and you're all gonna retake together when this smoke fades. The smoke will allow you to control a main, like reasonably confidently. You can hold it. You won't let them push you. And it'll also sort of alleviate their worries that you are there, you know? Like this guy's gonna clear you, let's be real.
Switch.
If they're not clearing you, they're trash.
Spike planted.
They're trash. But you're also trash. There, you're rushing it.
One enemy remaining.
You're rushing it, Moon. You're rushing it. Like, look, if we're back here, Sova, do we have recon? How can we retake? Because if Sova has recon, you can flash this whole side here. Like, there's so much we can do for this retake. That's better, you know?
Pretty sure they know.
Spike
Even
planted.
here. You see Jen? You see there? I wouldn't throw the flash. TP across? Oh, hey. I can flash both of them. Okay. If we're being like really mature here, you should check the econ during this retake. And yeah, my hunch is correct. Because we've won so much on defense, I figured that they're barely able to afford.
Spike planted.
This is the one bomb site in the game that is the easiest to play exit frags on. It's the easiest. You got a smoke coming up in 5. I fuck so hard with you calling us to play exits here. It would actually be like the most based thing I'd ever seen. You're never winning this. But I don't think there exists a player like below Radiant who's going to call exits here. So I think that player needs to be you, right? It's way too correct. I would check ultimate status, but look, this dude gets no orbs from a kill. This dude gets no orbs from a kill. This dude gets no orbs from a kill. So at best, they're gaining Omen orbs. Who the f cares? And at best, we're gaining ISO orbs. That's a huge value.
Last player standing.
Yeah, you're never winning that. Oh, we got an ISO orb. All right, let's see. Yeah, they're one off Omen ult. Whatever. Lurking is a balance of taking space / controlling space. Additionally, have to be more willing to tell your team to cancel into your space when your lurk is too slow. How can we tell if the lurk is too slow? Just keep lurking and review any rounds where we felt low impact. Could we have reasonably been faster without taking on more risk? No, too slow. Your aim / reaction speed is delayed because you are not prepared enough for likely scenarios. Come up with a single plan for each map / site on retake. Where will you flash / TP / smoke, and just default to that. Come up with a plan for each site map you defend on frequently for common attacking patterns. What do I mean by common attacking patterns? You're good enough at the game that you should be able to list things off like this. What are you going to do against a fast A if you start here with your one way? Let's think about it. How do they fast A? They're probably going to recon on top of this cannon. You know what I'm talking about. The recon's going to come up here. What are you going to do? Could you tell me right now? You probably couldn't tell me exactly what you do. And that's the problem. What do you do if the Omen flash is comboed with it? Do you do anything different, or is it the same? Think through this stuff, because these are really common. Really common. You one way? I wouldn't one way. If you throw this one way against the fast rush, you don't get any value. They just push past your smoke. I'd say you got like 2 plays. If you're like super prepared for it, you break the dart, but that's very unlikely. More likely, you're going to have to smoke yourself. And I like to smoke it in a way where it bulbs out a bit here so I can TP into tree. You see? Now TP this corner here, not revealed by the dart. You see? Bam. And now if I have teammate sites, I can TP onto site, play with them. If I have 2 TPs, otherwise I'm playing here. I'll try to timing out the door or some shit on them if we're trying to hold. But I get out over here to deal with this rush. That's what I do. But you can just watch VODs because you know what all these likely hacking plays are. I'm trying to play off flash. Well, if I've got flash, am I really over here? No. Like if I've got flash, I'm either tree and my teammate's playing off my one way, like a raise or a jet, and I'll be flashing for them from here, or I'm playing dice or gen. I'm not really playing over here on a flash round unless I'm trying to sneak wine, you know? Like I can easily answer these questions and tell you what I'm likely doing on Omen because it's like my bread and butter agent. I've got all the prep in the world. If there was a round you're playing here, even though you're alone, it doesn't make sense. I wouldn't do that. I'd play here, except you had a Spectre, so I wouldn't do that. I'd play over here. And so I have all of this prepped, which means when I'm playing Omen, I can just focus on my aim completely. It's liberating. The only thing now that matters to me is my fucking gunfights. Hey, Woohoojin here. Did you know that I stream every weekday doing VOD reviews and playing ranked? If you enjoy the videos, the best way to support me is to show up live. If this video was just uploaded, it's very likely that I'm streaming right now. All of my coaching is free, but that means I need to make money in other ways. Please consider supporting me with a Discord subscription if you can afford to do so. I run many live events for my tier 3 subscribers as a thank you for letting me pursue my passion every day. At 2,000 subscribers, I'll be booking a flight out to EU and to APAC to play in-houses on your servers. Thank you for supporting me.